track team have been very busy keeping that updated for us.
We really have. And I like it because it has a one-stop shop for everything I need. So if I'm out of the studio and I need it, it's right there.
Great resource.
So anyway, let's go ahead and look at the road conditions since we have a lot to talk about. A lot of the road conditions are continuing to deteriorate, and we're likely going to see that as we head through the overnight hours. Now, a lot of the main roads are okay, but with the wind speeds picking up and some heavier snow still developing at times tonight, I still think we're going to be dealing with some slick travel once we get into early tomorrow morning, especially early tomorrow morning when we have another round of heavier snow coming through here around that 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. time frame. Northern State Bank, Ashland Baycam does look like the snow has let up there a little bit, but you can certainly tell that had snow a little earlier. This is Interstate 35 and Highway 2. Now, I'm starting this off because on top of the hill, you can see the visibilities are poor. You know, the roads are a bit snow covered, but as you head a little bit further below the hill at Interstate 35 and Central Avenue, you can see things improve a little bit. So this is just from West Duluth up toward the hillside. You can see right behind the banner, you can see what's going on as you travel up the hill. But you're also looking at Mesaba Avenue as well, seeing some snow-covered roads there. Take it easy if you're going to be out and about. The good news is, when looking at all these cameras, there's not a significant amount of travel out there right now, which is nice. You don't see as many cars out there. Some of the snow reports that we have received so far, and they're likely going to change as we head through the overnight hours. Two Harbor is one of the big spots at 13, West Duluth at 12. You have Rice Lake, Minnesota at 10, Lester Park at 10. Weather Service close to 10 right now, ESCO at 8.5, and as you can see, Superior at 8 and Ironwood, Michigan at 7.5. However, when you look at the snowfall coming in, you can see right now, at least when you look at it, with winds off the lake, you see how there's nothing over Duluth right here? Then at the end of that frame, you see a big swath of snow develop. That is lake effect snow that we're seeing being generated because of the winds howling in off the lake. We will see another swath of snow add to that as we head through the evening hours. Now, we do have blizzard conditions along areas of the North Shore issued because of the poor visibilities that we're going to see. We have a winter storm warning for all of northern Minnesota as well as Douglas County until 7 p.m. tomorrow. So all this flow with the winds coming off the lake is going to create some heavier snowfall. But we also have some freezing rain trying to develop. But notice the low is right here. You see all of this, you see it spinning right here. You see all of this moisture being pulled in. That is a lot of moisture. And once it wraps around and moves over Lake Superior, there's a good potential that we could see some additionally heavy amounts of snow come early tomorrow morning, which is why I'm really concerned about the travel come early tomorrow morning. Things kind of wind down as we get toward Wednesday morning. So additional snowfall, most of us about 3 to 4 or 5 inches. However, do keep in mind, models tend to not want to latch on to lake effects, so that could be potentially what we see here in the Twin Ports and the North Shore. So some heavier amounts might be need to be added to that. You can tell that from 4 inches to 6 inches, 7 inches, all the way up the North Shore. You might have to move this down toward the Twin Ports area for sure. Here's the other side of the story. Freezing rain that starts tonight into early tomorrow morning. Could see some accumulations there as well. So heavy wet snow, accumulations, and you factor in what these wind speeds are going to be doing, gusting up to 40 miles per hour and pretty much staying that way through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. We are going to be looking at the potential for some power outages, so please keep that in mind as well. We'll get to the forecast details here in just a moment. First, a word for tonight's weather sponsor, L&M Fleet Supply. All right, hometown tomorrow, northwest wind 15 to 20, still looking at temps in the 30s, wintry mix, still looking at snow all day long, although it will lose some of its intensity by the afternoon, evening hours. We'll see some quieter conditions and slightly warming up close to 40 Friday and Saturday, but over Easter weekend, let's just say we're watching something again. So we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens, but in the meantime, let's just focus on now, and then once we get toward Wednesday, Thursday, we'll kind of look and see what this next one has in store for us.
We're getting all winter in one month here.
It kind of looks that way.
March Madness.
Storm Track Weather with AMS certified meteorologist Justin Liles.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Currently looking at the road conditions. A lot of us have been home from school. There's been delays and cancellations, businesses as well, over the last 24 to 48 hours with this latest spring storm. But we're looking at road conditions slowly beginning to improve a little bit, especially on a lot of those main roads. Still some light snow overnight tonight, but you can see here and around the Twin Ports area, right through here, going north on Highway 53, west on 2, and down south toward Interstate 35, on Interstate 35 heading south, we're looking at some improvements. Northern Wisconsin seeing some slippery stretches. Most of us are dealing with slippery stretches, and that includes where we're at, and it looks like out by Pike Lake and the Hermantown areas, as you can see. Snow-covered roads there. Highway 53 heading north, Midway Road coming back into the Twin Ports area, but certainly looking at some snow-covered roads there as well with the drive cam. Other places around the Northland is Interstate 35 and Highway 2. A little more snowfall out there right now as we continue to see that fall. Some slippery spots to keep in mind. Mesaba Avenue, about an hour ago, this was completely clear. Now we're looking at some snow there as well. So continuing to see these road conditions fluctuate a little bit. Highway 2 and Pokegama Avenue in Grand Rapids, some snow, still some snow-covered roads there. You go up just to the east of there, Virginia, Highway 53 and 12th Avenue. Also looking at some snow-covered roads. So take it easy if you're going to be out and about this evening. Even Highway 61 and Broadway Avenue in Grand Marais all the way up to Grand Portage. Now the visibilities, because of the winds, have been rather low today, and we're seeing that out there right now. You can see 1 to 2 mile visibility between Duluth and Two Harbors, all the way up toward International Falls. And we're also looking at some lower visibilities through Siren, Hayward, and Phillips, although these areas are mostly fog just because we're dealing with some warmer conditions down there. Remember, this is the area that saw a little freezing rain overnight. So still not out of the woods yet, looking at more additional snowfall as we head through the overnight hours, likely going to lead to some slick conditions early tomorrow morning, which you'll want to watch Good Morning Northland for. And some of the totals we've been getting in vary. When we forecasted all this, we thought we'd get about 12 inches of snow, and in some areas a little bit more, and that seems to be coming to fruition. But Gary, New Duluth is the big one, but I did get a report that this is not actually the city in Gary, New Duluth. It's actually a little bit higher on the hillside near Gary, New Duluth. So still a winter storm warning for until 7 p.m. Winter weather advisory till 10 a.m. tomorrow. When the winter storm warning expires, I fully anticipate it becoming a winter weather advisory. So all of Northland going to be shaded in that purple. So as the low departs, moves to the north and east, we then see the northerly flow taking over, some light snow continuing, working away with this wraparound moisture, eventually over toward the UP and Michigan by tomorrow evening. How much snow is expected? Another 2 inches here in the Twin Ports, maybe a little bit more across the Iron Range. Wind speeds have lowered themselves a little bit, but temperature-wise, we are looking at some upper teens and low 20s right now. We'll get your forecast details here in just a moment, but first a word for tonight's weather sponsor, Bonner Eye Clinic. So hometown tonight, we'll see temperatures in the teens leading into tomorrow. Still some light scattered snow around the region, still a little bit on the breezy side to go along with that as well. Some sunshine starting to creep in across the North Dakota-Minnesota border. We'll see more of that on Thursday. And then chance of some light snow Friday into Saturday. It doesn't look like we're going to have major travel issues over the course of the Easter holiday because it looks like everything's going to be to the south now, unlike yesterday. But temperatures warming up back closer to normal beginning Friday and lasting through the middle of next week.
It'd be nice to have a holiday weekend with no travel concerns.